Hey all, Cynthia here, back with another layout. I'm doing an 8.5 by 11 layout today, and I'm starting by using this cute little cut file that came in the April kit from the Wild Hare kits, and it is obviously a little birdie. So I'm just going to show you doing the first cutouts. I'm just using this gorgeous Amy tangerine paper, if I remember correctly. It's got all the cameras on the back, and I'll show you how I fussy cut this out, glue it down, and then I won't make you watch me do the rest, because I'm sure you've seen many people do the exactly same process as what I'm doing, and I hope they can do it a tad easier than me, because I find it a very awkward process. But anyway, here we go. I've got the first one down and I like the way that's looking, and I'll cut away in a moment, and there we go, all done. So I just decided to keep it to a couple of colours that are similar. I used that gorgeous Amy tangerine paper in two of the spots. Then the red and blue paper are both from Vicky Bouton's Kaleidoscope collection. I have a couple of 6x8 papers and I use those. This strip here, branding strip, is from last month's kit, but I thought I would use it down there. Can't remember what paper that's from. Just deciding whether I want to mount my photo on white cardstock. I always mount it on white, and I thought for a moment that I wouldn't, but I go in and I do. And it's not even cardstock. I generally just use printer paper, if that's what I have on hand, and I just back it on the white printer paper. That's sufficient for me. I do a lot of fiddling around, indecision, not too sure how I want to make the layout work. I know I want this bird to be like a main part, a main feature of the page. So it's a big bird on a little page really, but I really did want it to be sort of like the center point, center focus point, along with my photo. So they're sort of similar size here, and obviously cover a lot of the real estate, but I like the way that looks. Now I've just got to make it work. I did struggle a little bit. You saw me cutting out a little lens of the camera to use as the eye, and I have to say that is not my idea at all. I did steal that from one of the ladies on the design team for the Wild Hare kits. And while I'm talking, I shall quickly see if I can jump in and give credit where it was due. Yes, but yes, no, when the kit was coming out, she said, now wouldn't this just be perfect? And of course when I've gone to use the photo, that was the cut file, that is the only thing I could think of. It just kept coming back into my head, so I had to use it. It was just going to be. What else? Now I'm just fiddling around deciding what else I can put on the page. I put these 3 floral pieces up the top, and these, all the ephemera pieces here, are from the Vicky Bouton Kaleidoscope collection, and I absolutely love this type of ephemera. They are lots of florals and twigs and flowers and butterflies, all stuff that I can use to layer with, and that's what I like to do. And I have found it was Cassie Goodman who was, I need to give credit for, she was the lady that thought of using the camera, or she's the one that I saw that thought of it anyway, as an eye. So what else am I doing? This is where I do a lot of fiddling, as I said. I just can't decide where I want to have flowers. I can see that I want to have a vertical design on the page, where I have everything down the centre of the page. But now I just want to figure out how to make it work. Thinking, how's everyone been? Have you all been well? I have to say I'm struggling a little bit at the moment. I just don't seem to have the motivation to get on and do so. No, it's not motivation. It's actually, I think it's more, I don't have photos that are particularly feeling like I want to scrap at the moment. So I think that sort of makes it a bit harder to decide what to do. If you can hear any noise in the background, you just have to excuse. It's my son trying to get himself breakfast. I think he's trying to be quiet, but yeah, he's not succeeding in doing that. Just lowering this birdie down. I do decide to use some stronger double-sided tape to hold it in place because it's quite heavy and thick now with all the different bits of pattern paper that I've backed in with. So I pulled out some double-sided tape. Even though it's going to be in a pocket page, I'm sure it would have been fine, but I decided just to do that. And now here I continue to fiddle around with these florals, decide what I can put where. I want to use that Remember because it just fits well, but at the same time I just really can't decide how it's really going to work with this page. It doesn't work at all. Bringing out some thickers to see what I could use. I thought about these yellow ones. I could have used those, but just wasn't quite feeling the vibe. I tried some gold. Gold didn't work. I come in here with some glittery green thickers. Word thickers that I've had in my stash forever and a day. There they are there. Really don't see how they work with the page at all, but I make them work. I decided that's what I want to use. Had a couple of options there that I thought I would look at. It really down to these three here, but as I said, I did go with these greens, and I decided I want to use the word fabulous, and I tried in a few different places. And then I also use some of those little stars. I come back in later just to be able to help bring the glitter across the page a few different places. A little bit tricky to pull off, but I get it off. And the problem is you pull them off, it loses its shape, and you just got to try to figure out how it all goes back together again. Thought about going down the bottom, didn't quite work. It doesn't quite work there in the middle either, so I put it up the top. I do take it off and try it in a couple of different spots a few times, but it does stay up the top. Still shuffling the rest of these floral pieces around, deciding where I want them to be. I do settle with them down the bottom, finally. And see, here we go, still fiddling. And once I put these two green leaves in, it all came together for me. I love this big piece here, but I just haven't managed to use it yet, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Thought about tucking it in there, but no, that's not going to work. It's not going to work, Cynthia. No, put it aside. Then I get the Fabulous back out, put it up top because now I have that green down the bottom. So it repeats that colour in a few different places. So I'm liking that, lining up, sticking it down. I'm going to start sticking everything down finally. Tucking those in. That's why I love these type of pieces. You can just tuck them in. And now my bird looks like it's sitting in a nest. Trying again with that piece, put these couple of little hearts down, and I think that's all I used from the ephemera pack. And then, as I said, I come in with a couple of these starry glitter pieces, which will bring that glitter to a couple of different places on the page. And that is pretty much the end of it. There are some close-up photos at the end, so do stay tuned for those. And as always, I do appreciate you watching. I hope you did like the process. If you want to go and check out the Wild Hare kits, I will make sure I leave their link below so you can go and check them out. They have a couple of different size kits that you can get each month, and this month I got the petite kit, which is the smaller one. And there we go, all done. Thank you very much for watching. As always, please leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and until next time, everyone have a lovely day, a lovely week, or a lovely month, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Until then, bye.